Okay, Christina here to listen to some music, and today we continue on with our full album listening of Blood, Sweat, and Tears by Blood, Sweat, and Tears. It's their second album. This is track number 5. And When I Die. I feel a little emotional, a little solemn going into this one, just simply because we very, very recently lost the lead singer, David Clayton-Thomas. And that really is one reason why I went ahead and decided to do this next full album, because I had done a couple of reactions to Blood, Sweat, and Tears and was really starting to fall in love with David's voice. Soon after the second reaction I think I did of the non-album, regular stuff, I found out that he had passed away. And I was like, well, I don't normally like to, benefit from someone's passing. I know you don't have to look at it that way, but I'm just always careful to not just hop on that too quickly. But this one I couldn't help, because I was feeling the way I was about his voice, to sort of make this a tribute. So here we are. Now, I'm not even sure completely if he is the one singing on this track, because he hasn't sung on every single track so far. We have Steve Katz also who is doing this. I'm hoping it's him, and if it is going to be very meaningful. Just my guess. That's why we're here, to find this out. But we're also here to learn some other things, because I am a professional, classically trained musician, instrumentalist, vocalist, composer, and professor. So we dive into all of this music to find out how it was composed, the instrumentation, maybe some music theory and form analysis, sometimes some instrument demos. But of course, how do we relate to this music? Why do we like it? Or maybe why do we not like it? I'm going to gather my feelings here, and we're going to dive into this one. So, no more delay. Let's listen. Okay, here we go. I think we're headed into the main chorus. Well, okay. I don't think that went where I was expecting it to, but at the same time was trying to not completely expect anything. This is definitely way lighter than I thought it was going to be. More and more, the previous track, which I loved. I mean, how can you not love that one? It was quite energetic, so I was thinking that maybe this one was going to be more low-key, and it kind of started out that way. Sort of a bluesy, soulful harmonica opening. Really cool. Whoever was doing that is quite talented with the harmonica. But then it was like dee 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 dee. But you know what? That's kind of a good way to look at the subject matter in general. It's something that everybody's going to face and can't really do anything about it. And so, you might as well just roll with it here and have a good time. Celebrate life rather than worry about things so much. But as we moved on with this piece, I started noticing a little bit of a gospel feel. That's kind of cool. I love it. All right. We head into the chorus. I'm going to back it up a little bit and we'll keep going. It's kind of a surprise, but hey, it's good so far.
Yeah, crazy cold way down there. And when I die and when I'm gone, there'll be one child born in this world. Carry on, carry on. I can swear there ain't no heaven, but I pray there ain't no hell. Swear there ain't no heaven, and I pray there ain't no hell. But I'll never know by living, only by dying will tell. It's only my dying will tell, yeah. Only my dying will tell. And when I die...
All right, so we're back to the chorus there. Okay. I didn't expect to be smiling quite so much with this, but here I am. This is great. Started to sound a little bit like Broadway, like how many quick turns there were, lots of energy, and then just an abrupt shift, and then a slower tempo, and then back into the chorus. And it's like he's talking to somebody, he's preaching to someone, a congregation, an audience, or maybe just himself to make himself feel better. All right, I'm liking this. I was ready. I was ready to grieve, but now I feel more like celebrating. So I'm appreciative of that, I think. I mean, grief is fine, it's a good process, but hey, this ain't bad either. Okay, I'm having so much fun. Here we go. Keep going.
And when I'm gone, there'll be one child born in this world to carry on, yeah. Give me my freedom for as long as I be. All I ask of living is to have no chains on me. All I ask of living is to have no chains on me. And all I ask of dying is to go naturally. You only wanna go naturally. Here I go! Ha! Hey!
Whoa. Okay, we're getting groovy. Oh, I love that. Okay. Yeah, so I was completely transported for just a moment to what I've spent a lot of my career doing, and that is playing in the pit orchestra for Broadway shows. Not on actual Broadway. I have worked with some Broadway musicians, mainly transcribing vocal audio and piano to sheet music. I have done some of that in my career, but playing in the pit orchestra is mainly for like local Broadway groups, musical theater. And so I was completely thinking this is less gospel a little bit and headed into more like Oklahoma, if any of you have ever seen that show. I have played that show a couple of times. The Surrey with the fringe on top, Oh, what a beautiful morning. And then the yeehaw, I was like, okay. I was starting to picture a little bit of that cowpoke song feel, cowboy feel, like with Oklahoma. But then when I heard that, I was like, yep, I'm going to give myself permission to go ahead. Yep, this is partly from the show Oklahoma. But it's not, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to think now, when did that show come out? Is that Rodgers and Hammerstein? See, I'm more familiar with all of the old school Broadway stuff, like Fiddler on the Roof, Wizard of Oz, Broadway stuff, My Fair Lady. I love all those shows. And it's so much fun to play in the pit, especially when you have some of the solos. It's fun. Anyway, okay. So we sort of seem to be touching in a whole bunch of different genres, and I love that. Is it okay to mix these things? Sure, why not? Maybe it's sort of a look at dealing with this subject matter across all different peoples in our society. And now we're getting our groove on. All right. I still love that yeehaw. Okay, I'm going to back it up a little bit so we can hear the groovy part here. And then where are we going from here? This is quite the celebration. Okay, here we go.
On me. All I ask of living is to have no chains on me. And all I ask of dying is to go naturally. only wanna go naturally. Here I go. Ha! Hey, hey, here comes the devil right behind. Look out, children. Here he comes. Here he comes. Hey, don't wanna go by the devil. Don't wanna go by demon. Don't wanna go by Satan. Don't wanna die uneasy. Just let me go naturally. And when I die, and when I'm dead, dead and gone, there'll be one child born in a world to carry on, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, it got me in the end. And that's okay. Ooh. Yeah, I get, it's just hard to hear him singing those words exactly and the way he was doing that at the end. So let me ask a few questions. Did he go naturally? And is there, does he have kids, family members to carry things on? Was this written with that in mind, or someone else write it and he's just singing the words and he doesn't have kids? I don't know. But I'm kind of curious to find out if life is imitating art here or the other way around. Well, that was beautiful. It was really, really beautiful at the end. So I'm very appreciative of this whole song because it is very celebratory and still leaves room for that almost uncomfortable grief there, because it is weird, right? It's weird hearing him singing those exact words. But I'm sure, when you sign on to do that, then someday it's going to happen, right? And so, if he's okay with it, we can be okay with it. So we're okay with it, and it's wonderful. I'm going to check out the lyrics, though. I'm not scared of dying, and I don't really care. If it's peace you find in dying, well, then let the time be near. If it's peace you find in dying, and if dying time is near, just bundle up my coffin, 'cause it's cold way down there. I hear that it's cold way down there. Yeah, crazy cold way down there. So, okay. So I was so taken by the very end of that I'm forgetting that there was this whole thing about like the devil and, which direction are you going to go when the time comes? And how are you going to go, right? Okay. This is just pondering all of that. And then, how are things going to carry on, right? So it's almost like circle of life, right? Okay. And when I die and when I'm gone, there'll be one child born in this world to carry on. Now troubles are many, they're as deep as a well. I can swear there ain't no heaven, but I pray there ain't no hell. Swear there ain't no heaven, I pray there ain't no hell. I love how it's repeating, and I think, is that where it gets fast? Yeah, so it's like telling the message again, like reiterating the scripture here. But I'll never know by living, only by dying will tell. Yes, only by dying will tell. Okay, and when I die, when I'm gone, there will be one child born. Okay, give me my freedom for as long as I be. All I ask of the living is to have no chains on me. So it's talking about trying to live a happy life and not be weighed down with worry. So all I ask of living is to have no chains on me. And all I ask of dying is to go naturally. Only want to go naturally. Here I go. Interesting. Okay, then we got a little groovy, right? So I see what that was. It was the sleight hand of the devil, right? Here comes the devil right behind. Look out, children. Here he come, here he come. All right. Don't want to go by the devil. Don't want to go by the demon. Don't want to go by Satan. Don't want to die uneasy. Just let me go naturally. And when I die and when I'm dead and gone, there'll be one child born in our world to carry on, to carry on. Okay. Great lyrics. It works both in the upbeat manner and in the more emotional grief manner. So let's take a look at all the different genres through this. Let's hear the opening soulful part with the neat harmonica. Sitting around the campfire, on the side of the road, I don't know, just playing the blues away. But we're not too worried yet.
I'm not scared of dying.
And we're not going to admit that there's anything wrong. Just taking it easy.
You find in dying, well then let the time be near. If it's peace you find in dying, and if dying time is near, just bundle up my coffin, 'cause it's cold.
Okay, so I think maybe this person is working really hard at trying to convince themselves that they're okay with all of this, right? Or maybe comforting someone else that he's talking to. But I feel like the message is having to be repeated for a specific reason, to really convince someone that, don't worry. Just try to live your life and be happy and make good choices and don't get caught up in, with the devil. So, and then just hope that everything goes well in the end, because that's, best you can do. Okay, so we just kind of bounce back and forth between that, don't we? I love how quick all the sounds are. Ba, 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 ba. And I'm telling you, I'm hearing so many different Broadway tunes. And so would they have been written before this? Or was this written first? Like Fiddler. If I were a rich man, da 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 da, bum 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 bum. It's kind of the same thing. That's from Fiddler. And then it just sounds like a lot of the songs from Oklahoma. It's very steeped in Broadway and gospel. A really neat combination here. I love it. Okay, let's move ahead a little bit. Okay, this sound, it's like old-timey. Is it supposed to be like a player piano? I love the claps. Love it. Okay. Big empty space there. The grand pause. But now the harmonica is back. Yeah, because we're singing the blues, right? Really slow, letting it sink in. Singing the blues. Yeah, the more I think about it, this is like Fiddler on the Roof. If you've ever seen the show or seen the movie, it's fantastic. And, Octavia is always trying to communicate with God and being like, why is this happening? But hey, I'm going to try to be happy and do the best that I can. And this is so, I love that show. Anyway, Topol, right? He's awesome. But then we have that little organ. So it's like a player piano. So I am thinking like old timey. This is really confusing genre. It's really bending time, but I kind of like it. Let's move ahead a little bit though. And there was an actual like Oklahoma moment, I think, with the yeehaw.
Only my dying will tell. And when I die, and when
okay,
I'm gone,
a little jazz combo here now.
One child born.
I don't know if I caught that the first time.
Carry on, yeah.
Did you hear that? It's when the bass is more continuous.
And when I die, and when I'm gone,
yeah, a little jazzy there. Oh, great drum work right there. Oh, okay, it's the woodblock and the sweet brass. I love it. Okay. Yeah, totally. It's taken me to, the Great Plains, the old Wild West. I don't know, Oklahoma, the show, right? So totally like that. Love it. Okay, and so then what do we have left? Where does it get groovy?
I have no chains on me, and all I ask of dying
just be happy.
You're naturally only wanna.
And go when you go. And hopefully it's low key.
Hey, hey,
Okay.
here comes the devil.
Ah,
Right
temptation. Don't fall for it.
Here he comes.
Okay, now it's like a little Family Feud there, right?
Hey.
If you know, you know.
Don't wanna go by the devil. Don't wanna go by demon. Don't
Love it,
wanna go
love it.
by Satan. Don't wanna die uneasy.
Love that.
Just let me go.
Okay, okay.
naturally.
Okay, yes. Okay, we're going to take a closer look at this little section here, but I just want to, I love that. That technique on the harmonica, love it. It's like a quick in-out take there of the breath.
Don't wanna go by the devil. Don't wanna go by demon. Don't wanna
Just
go
the two
by
of 'em.
Satan. Don't wanna die uneasy.
Yeah, they're just really talking. So it's like, is it a person, and then maybe the harmonica represents, you know, their subconscious self, or maybe their soul or something, and they're kind of like interplaying, like, yeah, let's live our life this way. All right, okay, but now where are we headed? I'm gonna make it through this, I promise, guys. Okay, here we go.
Just let me go naturally. And when I die, and when I'm dead, dead and gone,
I love that chord right there.
there'll
It's sort of
be
prosperous, but
one
ascension,
child
resolution.
in a world to carry on, to carry on, yeah, yeah.
Love it. Whew, yeah. Okay, a little Mahler moment there with like his Resurrection Symphony, or Strauss's Death and Transfiguration. Both of those, and a lot of music does this, but both of those pieces deal with the idea of thinking back on their lives and then facing the end of their lives and maybe the transition that's going to happen after that. With this, it wasn't so much the transition after, it was more focus on the life. But then there was a little bit of the ascension at the end, and then that wishful, you know, you never know what's going to happen. You hope that your name gets carried on and, you know, one child born, right? You hope that you're remembered. So, wow. It's just very, very human and very, very beautiful, and also just really a lot of fun. I'm so glad it wasn't too serious and too sad. It was almost going to be too much, but at least they gave that to us. Had to process that grief a little bit towards the end. But there are many ways to process grief. Maybe this is a tour of grief processing. I feel very satisfied with it, and I can't wait to keep experiencing it. And yes, at the very end, I am going to sort of just take a moment of remembrance for David Clayton-Thomas. Okay. Great track, great message, appropriate timing for right now, having lost David Clayton-Thomas. It's really beautiful hearing him sing those words. And then again, having the rest of the song be a celebration and different ways of looking at life and dealing with the grief and dealing with fate and destiny and, you know, being human. So, what deep material, fully supported by upbeat music. That's the power of music. It can deliver a deep message like this and not necessarily bring you down. That really is so powerful. I love it. And yes, another great addition for all of these tracks so far, the fifth one so far. And what's next? Let me check. God Bless the Child. Okay, so is it the child that carries on? I don't know. And if you know any of the answers to the questions I was asking about David Clayton-Thomas, like how did he go and does he have a child, you know, that kind of stuff, I'm hoping it's not a horrible story, but if you know those details, let me know, because I am kind of interested to see how things turned out. And now I get to put all of these 5 tracks together, and I'm already looking forward to the next one. So thank you for coming along with me. We're really unpacking a lot of stuff, and I love it. So I will see you next week for track number 6. And just remember, as always, that you don't have to be perfect. Just be okay. And keep listening.